What's this sound?
Wait, start over.
Okay, hold on.
That's my fault. I was messing with the board. My bad.
What is happening? I literally start looking at my phone. I'm all, what is that?
My bad. Sorry, I was messing with the board.
Well, no. Okay, so lately, Instagram gets weird when you start to do anything outside of just scrolling, right? So sometimes I'll be scrolling and I'll hit something and I'll accidentally mute something. I'm like, oh man. And so then I'll hit unmute and then the video will stop playing and the sound will keep going, but the video will stop. I'm like, ah. So
have you ever been looking at Instagram on a phone on your phone and then answered the phone, somebody called you
and you can still hear in the background.
Yes. Or not right away, but then you were like, what is playing? What's happening?
And then you have to close everything out.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Yes.
Anyway, that's what I thought happened is I thought my phone picked up Bluetooth and I was listening to a video that I was watching 1,000 years ago. And I'm like, what's happening? I feel like a crazy person. This is elderly abuse. All this technology.
Elder abuse.
Welcome to the ugly truth.
Ugh.
Okay, so there's this thing going around right now where there was an article that came out that said technology, people are holding onto their technology longer. They're not
their devices.
They're not buying the upgrades like they used to. Remember when Apple would come out and there'd be lines around the block and people, that's not happening anymore.
Right.
People are waiting until they die because they're expensive.
Yeah.
So expensive. And I think that includes computers and cars and phones and TVs and all the things.
Yep.
And so they're like, what are we going to do about this?
Who's saying that?
The people that make the things.
Oh.
And they're
how about
if
improve
they're
them?
not $1,500 a piece and that they die in 2 years?
Or maybe perhaps the improvements can't be that your camera that you didn't already maximize use of is 10 times better when you weren't even using the 1 times better anyway.
Well, so anyway, people are like, well, yes, we're holding on to them because we can't afford to. Because I remember back in my day when an iPhone was only $500, right? And they're not now. Now they're like way more expensive. I don't even know because I don't buy them. But how much are they now? I don't even know.
Well, the thing is that
you buy them. I have no clue.
They take the...
you forced me to get one.
I did. The most recent one I forced you to get.
Anyway.
A lot of it was because of the software that was coming out. But now anything above where we're at is going to handle this software for a while. But no, I don't know how much they are. I would say between 1,000 and 1,500 is about
ridiculous.
Right. But also they kind of finance them a little bit like a boat. Have you ever heard about how a boat's financed?
Yeah, it's stupid. You pay way more than it's worth.
Because people buying boats don't care about how much they are. They care about how much per month.
Right.
And so unlike a car, although they're starting to do that with cars,
which is absolutely a travesty.
There's like this 20-year loan thing, right?
That's insane.
Phones are like that. They go, it's only $19.99 a month,
but you'll own it
for 3 years, but you'll own it.
And then when you pay it off, you'll have to get a new one.
And you'll upgrade it, and you'll start it over all again, right? Exactly.
So people were like, well, gee, I don't know. Maybe don't make them so expensive or require, blah, blah, blah. And somebody said, you know what we should all do? We should all get the landlines again.
Yeah.
We should go to the Goodwill, buy the old phones, plug them in because they still fucking work.
Yep.
And
I
just
saw
go
a phone
to landlines.
jack in the garage yesterday. I was like, I didn't know we had a phone jack in the garage.
Why do we have a phone jack in the garage?
I don't know. I think it might be more of a line going into an extra room up here or something through, but
I'm all for it, by the way. Let's do it. Let's go to the Goodwill and buy a phone, like an old phone that was at someone's old mechanic shop.
Yeah.
That ugly mental health institution beige. Clean it up and use
landlines.
it. Those.
Yeah.
We can get 3-way call. We can have a party line. It'll be great.
It was great. Speaking of what was great the other day, I want to say you were...
No porn on the phone.
You were playing...
you could call the 900 numbers.
Oh, God. 976 numbers.
Oh, is that what they... Okay, whatever. So. I didn't know.
So there used to be late night commercials for that shit. No, so I on a whim was just scrolling through the various streaming channels and came across War Games the other day. So War Games is an 80s movie that you would not watch with me if I forced you to. So you were doing something else, and so I just turned it on. Had no intention of watching the whole thing, but did. Watched the whole thing, and there's a point where he escapes from the compound, gets on some trucker, drops him off at a payphone, and I sit there and I watch him hack the payphone.
How does he hack it?
So he unscrews the thing.
Oh, yeah.
He unscrews the bottom.
Did he get the cotton
out of it?
And then
he got a little tab from a can on the ground, like a little metal tab where you used to pull back in the day where you'd pull a Pepsi tab and the whole thing would come off. And he touched the metal to metal, ding, and got a dial tone, screwed it back in and called, and then had to dial the actual phone.
I wonder how many people tried that if it worked.
I don't know. I would imagine it does, but
anyway.
It was, anyway.
Family,
he said lots of phones.
Family phone, family computer.
Yeah.
Let's just get back to it. You want to go back to the good old days? Those are the good old days to me.
Now it is, yeah.
Right?
For sure.
I remember vividly, and I'm just being like an old codger right now, obviously. I just remember when I saw, it was on the freeway and somebody had their minivan, which you know how I feel about those.
Yes.
And they were driving past us and there was televisions on the back of the front seats so that the kids could watch. It was almost always SpongeBob or that movie with the animals that escaped from the zoo.
Oh.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
And,
Madagascar.
Yes. And those are the only two movies that anybody ever watched in those cars. I just remember going, we have lost the society. We have lost it. It's just over.
You don't wish we had video capabilities in our vehicle on long road trips.
First of all, half of our kids get car sick.
Yeah, word.
So there's no way they could watch that stuff. They'd be like, I don't feel good. And we've had way too many throw up moments in our vehicles. We didn't need to give it to them.
And these are not cross country, mind you. These are
2-3 hour drives.
Beach
not
trips.
only that, but it's like, and I know this is so, I don't even care what you think. Look out the window. Look around you. It's beautiful. Look at cows. Horses.
Another cow.
I don't know. Anything.
Nature.
There's a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
Remember when the biggest thing was flipping somebody off in the car next to you and you were afraid you were going to get in trouble?
Yeah.
No? Yes? No. I don't know. I did it. We always did it. Everybody, when kids would wave at you or make faces when you were driving, like that was like the thing. That was the highlight before your mom caught you.
Yeah. That's my favorite story.
That's good old fashioned fun.
Actually, they were long since divorced, But one time, my dad, who is a cop, they were amicable. Obviously, I was sharing custody the whole thing when I was a kid. But my dad, who was a cop, kind of fake attempted to pull over my mom. Now, mind you, again, long divorced at this time, and she puts her hand out and flips him off and leaves.
That's
and I'm in the car, and he's just shaking his head and laughing. But anybody who saw it was like, "Oh,
yeah,
she flipped off a cop."
That's pretty funny. That's good.
Anyway,
you know what wasn't good?
What wasn't good?
When you went on a business trip last week, and there was a couple rats in rat traps last week.
No.
So we have discussed. Okay, here's what I think you would agree with me. This generation of rats is
the next gen rat.
It's a one family unit.
Yeah.
And we're picking them off one by one. Unfortunately, we can't get the mother. I assume is the mother because she's the size of a ferret. She's so big. And I'm hoping she just abandoned these dumb children of hers and took off and went, you guys are stupid, and like left.
I wonder how long they stick together.
I don't care. They don't anymore because they're all fucking dead. I hope. Anyway, my point is that I'm growing I'm trying some winter vegetable thing.
Yes.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go there. So Stewie and I, my little dog, we walk over there and I'm getting ready to go into the garden gate. Thank God I didn't go in there. So I go and I'm like, oh God, there's a rat stuck, what appears like it's stuck in the trap, but it's like I can see most of its body. So it was weird. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't see the other rat that apparently was there.
Yep.
I don't think it was there when I first looked, though, I'll be honest. And so I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not going to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know? And then all of a sudden it moved.
Oh my God.
And I was like, of course, because just like spiders, I expect I'm in danger. So I run
Even though
away.
you're behind a gate.
Literally fled the scene.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. And I told somebody else about this. And I'm like, I felt really bad. I felt terrible because
it wasn't dead.
It wasn't dead. It was suffering. And I don't have the balls to kill it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't. And the thing is that I have tried to put things out of their misery in the past, and it just makes it worse.
Okay.
So I'm like, well, hopefully something will get you, and then it'll be over. So I told you about it, and you're like, oh my God, don't touch it. I'm like, don't worry. That's not happening.
And what was my suggestion?
Oh, to call our son.
Yes.
So I called my adult, capable son who has ended the life of many a rodent. And I told him about it. And he goes, oh. And I go, well, Dad thinks maybe you should come over and deal with it. He's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, please, please, I beg of you. And he's like, you know what, Mom? Because I said, I think its arm is trapped. It's like stuck.
Right.
And he goes, honestly, Mom, it'll gnaw its arm off and run away. And I said, you know what?
He even came over and didn't deal with it, right?
I said, I really hope you're right. Because
oh my God.
It reminded me of that movie where the guy gets his arm stuck in the
28
boulder
days or
and he
whatever,
cuts his arm off to save himself.
Something. Yeah.
First of all, amazing that any human would cut their own arm off, number one. And number two, animals have been known to do that. Yeah. So I'm like, well, maybe it will. Maybe it will. And then it'll just, be a 3-legged rat. And then we'll let it live. I don't know. I thought about it all night. It was horrible. I felt like such a bad person.
Yeah, it was
genuinely.
It was not doing well. It was basically dead. It was by the time I got home.
But it was
the next
still
day.
Alive, just not.
Well,
was it technically alive?
I mean, if it was, I was shocked. I felt like it moved a little, and you know what? I didn't even mess with it. I just immediately put it out of its misery.
Good.
But and the other one was trapped, was also dead. Good. But also caught similarly. And
what's going on?
So I think, well,
are these
basically,
animals big? Are they too big for the traps?
No, I think what happened is that they both got trapped by their chest instead of their arm.
That is so insane.
The whole point is supposed to get their neck so it kills them quickly.
Yeah, immediately.
Because you go in, you eat the bait, and then snap.
It
right?
kills you instantly.
The way that a rat trap has worked since the dawn of rat traps.
One would think.
However, I think because of the rain, a lot of the bait had washed away, and so they were kind of taking it from a weird angle, and may have just kind of like sniffed around it, and it just snapped in a weird place because they weren't just sitting there occupied eating the bait. So, unfortunately, the one did die. The other one lasted too long, but it was also dead. It wasn't by its arm or anything. It was pretty much dead. But
yeah,
that was.
I felt really bad about it.
I mean,
but
you got to do what you got to do.
Her children are stupid.
Yeah.
They're dumb rats. So
I have since reset all the rat traps and no rats in
Although I went out there the other day, and I'm like, there's a rat out there. And you're like, there is? And you go out there with all of your gear. You're like, all right, let's clean it up. And you're like, there's no rat out here.
There's no rat out there.
I'm just hallucinating now. Now I'm just seeing ghosts of rats.
PTSD.
Ugh, I hate it so much.
Well, anyway. The thing that got messed up is that I normally, when I go out of town, and this was kind of a last minute go out of town, no, I had planned it, but I normally...
We just didn't think about it.
We hadn't caught any in so long.
Yeah.
And I usually go out and I will unset the trap so that this kind of thing doesn't happen.
Well, and we sealed off their entry point, and so they were just chilling somewhere else because it's not in our yard. That's the thing that bugs me. It's not like they're in our yard. No. They're literally coming into our yard. Like, why are you doing it?
Digging under a fence. Not even coming under a fence. Digging under a fence to get to our yard.
Desperately to get in. I'm like, look, I know we're great, but you can't live here. You can't be here. This is not appropriate.
When the family leaves, it goes under the fence and doesn't return, you should get the hint.
Oh, God, they're so dumb. Anyway, we saw Wicked this weekend on opening night.
Good.
Okay, I thought it was Wicked for real.
Wicked for reals in true life.
I thought it was Wicked for real. It's Wicked for good. This is Act 2 of the Wicked for 1.
Have you been seeing the sequel haters?
Dude, it's getting so much hate. And here's the thing. It's not a sequel.
That's the part they're hating on.
It's not a sequel.
People keep calling it a sequel because in movie language
it is.
But it is the second movie of the same movie. They shot them at the same time.
This could be one movie. I'm like, really? You're going to sit through a 5-hour film? No, you're not.
The amount they're going to make, and not just because
it is not a
be
flop.
big. Not just because it's going to be big. They're going to make, do you know? So the general rule is you want to, because of all the people you have to pay and the theater cut and all that kind of stuff, a movie isn't really considered successful unless it doubles how much it costs to make.
And did it?
Wicked.
Yes or no?
Wicked, yes.
Okay.
Wicked made almost $800 million for a $300 million movie.
Dang, somebody didn't get paid.
But both movies, they
Billions?
did them they did them simultaneously. So
that's
both
right.
movies cost a total
Of 300.
of 300 to 350.
So they've already.
This one already has 230 million over the weekend.
So it's more than.
So they're profiting.
It's more than a hit.
This thing's been done for and paid for a
Yes.
long time, and so, and I will say that I would say I loved it, but the only thing that annoyed me about this movie is the first one was so successful that the marketing is absolutely over the top. And I'm not talking about advertising the movie.
I know what you mean.
I'm talking the amount of partnerships and other
my
things.
God. So many.
You can't go down an aisle in the store.
There's a Wicked something.
And not see a Wicked something.
It's
It is
true.
insane.
Yeah, this was a couple weeks ago, like the first week of November, and obviously they've been hitting it hard for a while.
And it's everything. The bars are making themed drinks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been pushing it since the movie came out.
Well, everybody knew.
They're like, Act 2's coming.
Yep.
This is what it is.
Of course.
And I'm like, gosh, okay, cool. And, I wanted to see the conclusion. I have not read the book.
Yeah.
There's a series of books, but I have not read the book. I have not seen the play on Broadway or anywhere, the musical.
I didn't actually know what was going to happen.
So I went in with complete baby eyes.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea.
Sure.
I mean, that's not true. I did know some of the high points because our daughter did read the book.
Yeah.
And so she did give me a couple of things. And also the reality is that Wicked has been out since like 90.
Yeah, no.
So
if you've seen the musical, you know what happens.
It's not a spoiler.
No,
like,
you know what happens.
I mean, you can Google it and find out exactly what
They did
happened.
tweak at the movie apparently from the play, but yes.
Well, they fleshed out things that you
Yes.
don't see in the movie or in the play or musical. And for example, the main love interest of Elphaba, the Green Witch, she turns him into the Scarecrow.
Right. Spoiler alert.
Whatever. You've seen Wizard of Oz. Good God.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this is a different perspective on Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
It's got the approval of the guy who wrote Wizard of Oz. It's fine. Or the estate, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, this is just my...
This is the backstory.
This is the
you
back
saw,
end
you saw
of
the, you saw
Dorothy.
the, Wizard of
You
Oz
saw
was
Dorothy,
the good size.
and now you're seeing what was going on in Oz before she got there.
Yeah,
I think that's
and
brilliant.
and while she was there, by
right.
the way.
So he was turned into Fiero, who's a prince, was turned into the Scarecrow so that he wouldn't be tortured to death by the Oz guards.
Yep.
And Elphaba did that. And so they end up together, right? Now he's the straw man now he's a Scarecrow.
Yes.
Now, apparently, this is an offensive thing. I didn't realize this, but this is offensive because if you are a big fan of the theater thing and the book, whatever, apparently, God forbid anyone asks if he has a straw penis and it's offensive. It's like, what a disgusting take. I'm like, seriously? Like, no one is
That's the first
thinking
thing you
about
asked
that?
me. The movie wasn't even over, and you
I
said,
said,
do you think he has a straw penis?
Like, how are they? Like in the other books, apparently they have children. I'm like, well, obviously it's not completely straw. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you do? How do you do this? Like, I'm willing to completely ignore reality because obviously a witch and a scarecrow are together in love.
Yeah.
So I can dismiss a lot, but let's be honest, he's straw. Apparently, they're like, it is disgusting. That is not. And I'm like, really? And then here's the other thing, and it's going viral right now. Not me, but this was going viral, is that there's a love scene when they finally decide they are officially in love and they're going to be together. They always knew they were in love, actually. But now they're going to make it official, right? So she takes off her black witch robes and she has like some little pedophore underneath, and she puts on a big, huge, clunky cardigan that's like goes down to her knees or whatever. It's very large and kind of loosely knitted. First of all, I watched that and I said, there's going to be so many of these for sale. Like every girl in the world is going to want this sex cardigan. And I said that. I said it's a sex cardigan. And so sure enough, they're like, okay, yeah, it was fine, but where do we get this sweater? How do we get this? And they're like, do you know how many women crochet right now? They're gonna crochet the shit out of this. This is like the shawl that Jessica Simpson wore in Newlyweds. Everybody wanted that shawl. In fact, you could still buy that shawl at $600 to this day.
Or the Taylor Swift t-shirt. That's not the same. Yeah.
So this cardigan is all ready. They're like, okay, yeah, it was really hot, but where is this how do we get this cardigan? She
seduced the sexiest man on the planet with a cardigan.
Yes, and here's the other thing. Okay, so the duet that they sing before they do it, horrible. Like, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
He has this wild-eyed look, and he's so close to her face
when he sings.
When he's singing, and I'm like, can you like just back up a bit, like an inch, like an inch?
That's funny.
Because like this isn't sexy, and you're like, your air mouth is on her face. It's like, it's not sexy. I don't like it. Mouth air.
Mouth air. Okay.
And she's just, and you also, when he's close to her like that, first of all, he's a very small man in real life.
Yeah.
And he looks like a giant next to her,
Everybody
which means
in this
she's like
movie's
so tiny. Now, there's been a lot of discussion about there was some weirdness going on that everyone weighs like 80 pounds now, and it's really disturbing. I don't give a shit about that. They're fine. If they're not, we'll find out about it.
Right.
But the fact that he looked huge next to this tiny creature. Anyway, yeah, so that was my only complaint on the movie. I cried a lot, actually. Yeah. And I cried because although I understand the allegories and the symbolism of Wicked, I really do. It's about it's politics, it really is. Yeah. But these two women, Glinda and Elphaba, it's like they're sisters. They're literally like sisters. Yeah. And Ariana Grande killed it.
Slay.
She was so freaking good.
She was good the last time too.
I think this was way better to me.
Well, I like the fact that they wove so much more story into this one than they did the first one, because as it turns out, I don't think there's any more or less songs in either, although there were 2 songs not from the musical in this one. I think that what I heard was all the more popular songs, no pun intended, are in the first act. Only For Good has been seen as like the smash on the second half of in the musical. Right. So the story almost had to be better because the music doesn't carry it like the other one does. The one thing that I heard was really, really cool was our favorite scene, what I think was our favorite scene when we talked about was the door scene.
Oh my God.
So the door scene was not in the script.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was not in that kind of moment but it wasn't like that.
He said that they literally built around it.
They did it in rehearsal, and he goes, build a set.
We have to do it. Yeah.
Build a set, make it happen. And on the funny side, the TikToks that I've been seeing is people being like Dorothy in the dark, and then in the background you can hear them doing For Good. You can hear them doing I'm Limited and that, and it goes Dorothy locked in the dungeon while hearing this classic above her, so it's really good. I'm glad you had the idea. We went on a little afternoon date and saw it. It was awesome.
Yeah, and there was
it
wasn't even a full house, which was great.
Yeah,
because it was
it's
such
on every screen all day.
A very, very weird time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I personally like to go after like 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
This is a 2.5 hour film, so I'm like, well, that's like a midnight end, whatever. But it was all sold out.
Yeah.
All the adults were going after 8. So I'm like, well, I mean, I guess we'll just get it in and then whatever. Anyway, I am glad we went. I was shocked at how much I cried. Not as much as Hamilton, of course. And you did say something that was shocking to me. Every time somebody broke out into song in the film, apparently I made a noise. Now, I thought I was simply rolling my eyes.
No.
Because I don't love musicals.
As soon as somebody broke into song straight out of dialogue, I would say 75% of the time, you were like,
I didn't know I was audible. I thought it was just my eyes.
You were.
I was like, I just remember sitting there going, oh God, like every time. I don't know what my problem is. I don't know.
Yeah.
And whatever. Anyway, I just, look, there's art for everybody. Musicals aren't necessarily for me. That's all. But I appreciate them.
Sure.
I mean, Hamilton I loved. Not all the songs, I'll be honest. There were some songs I didn't need.
There's 42 songs in that movie.
God. Show. See, I'm doing it again. I'm not even hearing it. I'm like, ugh. So anyway.
And well, speaking of things that I didn't think you didn't think were audible, but were, I have a bit of an awkward moment to share.
Okay.
You're aware of this awkward moment, which is why it's an awkward moment.
Because you included another person.
Yeah, you.
Me.
I was downstairs gaming, headphones on.
Oh, God. Oh, I didn't know that.
On. Well, kind of, mostly on. I could still, but I actually thought you were, I figured you were in the bedroom or something like that upstairs.
Right.
So I had a bit of a air bubble, heartburny thing going on. So I forced myself to let out a pretty hefty burp, which I never, ever do in front of you.
No, you don't.
And
it was loud.
You chatted. I didn't realize you were still upstairs, but right upstairs, so you could hear it as it traveled through the echoes of our home. And and I get this chat a few seconds later. You're like, you didn't yell, you didn't do it. You just chatted. You're like, what did you say? Something like bachelor. What?
I said, I heard that from here, you fucking monster.
You fucking frat boy monster or something like that. I was like, oh, sorry, you weren't supposed to hear that.
Actually, what was really funny though is that I heard you go, bleh. You burped really long. I'm like, oh, God. And then I hear this, excuse me. And I'm like, who's he talking to? Who are you talking to?
Nobody heard me on the headset, so I just said excuse me by habit. But I'm sorry.
I think you were more impressed.
You weren't meant to hear that.
I think you were more impressed than anything. You're just like, oh dang, she heard that out there. All right. Gross. Anyway,
sorry about that. So awkward for me.
So the other, first, really quick.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hate tech. A lot of technology shit. I don't like AI and all that crap. I hate it because we talked about people don't like to be fooled. But the technology that I absolutely like, Waymo. I love Waymo.
You haven't been in a Waymo yet, though.
Yes, I have. We got into a Waymo in San Francisco.
Oh, that's right. We did.
First of all, they're Jags.
They are
which
Jags.
is nice.
They are very nice.
Second of all, I firmly believe that Waymos are the way of the future for women to get from point A to point B when they're either intoxicated or traveling alone or something. It's way safer.
Yep.
And you don't have to, because, the whole women only, you can request a women driver, whatever. There aren't that many women drivers. It's very dangerous for women to be. 1 out of
20 times for
me. It's very dangerous for women to be scooting men around at night. Especially when you do black.
Yeah.
It's just not, we've had, of all the times that we've taken an Uber and an Uber Black, we've had 2 women drivers. Yeah. And that's in the last 7 years. Yeah. There's just not that many. Right. It's just not safe. So anyway, the Waymo is coming to Sacramento, including all of the little Folsom, Fair Oaks, Carmichael. Nice. Yeah. So it's going to be everywhere. Now, I still have no interest. I don't even want to download the app because I don't have to.
Yeah.
You'll do it.
I have it.
I don't want to do it. But I'll do it.
I forgot we did it in San Francisco, but I did it in Phoenix too, just from the airport. Yeah.
But I'm so stoked that it's here. I just think it's really good for women, personally. They never talk about that. They never highlight how safe it is for women.
Well, because they don't want to get a lawsuit implying, whatever.
Somebody goes, oh, sure, until they lock you in and drive you off the pier. And I'm like, no one's going to do that. Yeah. No. I mean, I guess if somebody runs a red light or whatever, but that's still not your fault.
If those things can navigate San Francisco,
they can do anything.
They can do anything.
Shit, this is like farm town here.
Yeah, this is
It'll be easier. Like, oh, really? I thought we were going to be challenged here.
And I mean, self-drive's been happening here for a long time in the Teslas and stuff. Yep. So this one
Waymo's better.
Fully driverless. They're not the only driverless, but they are one of the first to get approvals. So.
Well, I'm very excited about Waymo coming. I just wanted to mention it because
I agree.
I just like Waymo.
You like saying it?
I like saying Waymo. I don't know why. I think I don't even know what it means.
I don't either.
I never looked it up. It's probably something disgusting because a man did it, but I don't know.
Because it's Waymo safe.
There you go. I endorse that fully. The other thing was, this is weird, but I just wanted to mention it because I thought it was really funny. So, in history, men who live double lives, they always have another family somewhere. It's insane. They'll live in,
these are men who have
just
double
in general
lives.
Men who live double lives. They tend to they'll have a family in Utah, and then somewhere in Duluth, they have another full family with a wife and a house and everything. And somehow this guy's a traveling salesman and is able to juggle 2 lives.
Okay.
In the movies, they're always like an assassin or something, but in the real world, they just have multiple families, and it's so weird that that's the path that you would take. there must have been a news story or something. And they're like, yeah, this dude's got, he had a whole other family and a whole other life. Somebody found out about it, whatever. And she said, if women were going to live double lives, and I fully endorse this, if women were to live, and maybe they do, I don't know, their second life would be an apartment
by themselves
with a cat, with no electronics, a big bed
funny.
with,
That's 1,000% true.
That's it. It would be like a tree house.
You would take that now.
Well, yes.
Just a retreat of some kind.
But I've made my choices. Yeah. Okay. I choose my choice every day. If I truly wanted to be alone, I would be alone.
Yeah. Well, I meant as a double, like.
If I lived a double life, honestly, I would likely be a private investigator.
Yeah.
And then have a tiny little house somewhere with some animal that only liked me. I don't know. But anyway, I just thought that was really funny. Because like every woman's going, yep. There's no way.
Yeah, no way I would have a complete. Yes. By all means, let me do this fucking twice.
No, thank you. This other lady, she goes, I don't know what happened. She's like, there was two. She's like, my husband is always asking me what's for dinner. Every day.
Oh, I saw that.
What's for dinner?
I saw that you don't necessarily share everything with me, but I still see things that you reposted.
Yeah, I know. So she's like, what's for dinner? It's like, why am I the one? Why am I the one?
I never want to hear that phrase again. That's what she said.
Yeah. And then the other one was this girl probably in her early 20s.
Yeah.
And I know it's not all, like, I know it's theater. It's not like real or anything. Yeah. She's kind of teary-eyed. And she's like, wait, some of you guys are making dinner for them on purpose? Like you go out of your way to make meals for these men? Like no one's making you do it? You do it for real? She's like, I don't even want to make my own dinner. And I'm like, preach. I don't either. I'd eat out of a jar if I could most days. But I realized what it is.
What?
The only reason that I make you dinner, not every night anymore, but the only reason I ever made you dinner on purpose, deliberately, was because we had children who required food.
Wow.
And you got
Had it been just us, this
benefit.
whole daily dinner thing would have ended long ago.
You got to benefit from that. Yeah. Because when I was a single parent and I just had one child, I made him dinner every night. Mm-hmm. I did not make myself dinner every night.
Yeah.
I didn't. I was like, oh, God. I didn't want to do it. It's so much work.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to try to make you feel bad about this.
Oh, okay.
You don't?
I mean, I don't. I mean, I do.
I'm sorry.
I wish. I mean, I wish you didn't feel bad about it, but I also know that you don't. I do need to eat, and I can't have 3 pieces of cheese and an apple, so I will do it. I'm just not as good at it as you are.
You have hands.
I'm not. It doesn't matter. I will. I will find sustenance.
I don't know how you'll make it if I ever leave you or die.
I have 2 words for you: door and dash.
The other night, you and I went out for dinner, and there was a dude. He was probably in his 70s, and I know you saw him because he sat right behind us. And he just sat down, ordered his food, had a cocktail, and he had his phone on an easel, like a little easel, and he was just reading articles and eating his dinner.
Yep.
And I'm like, I mean, he's kind of living the life, if you ask me. I mean, I'm not saying it's great. He's
probably sad, but if that was a woman, she'd be happy.
I don't know if he was sad. I mean, you're assuming that his wife is gone?
100%.
Oh, no, that makes me feel bad. You think he's a widow?
Uh-huh.
We should have asked.
No.
Sir,
why would we ask? No, we should not have asked. But the backstory I created was that the guy has decent money. He doesn't want to eat fast food. He doesn't want to eat at home. He wants to be at least semi-social. Because, in fact, when they didn't even bring him a menu. Did you notice that?
No. Oh, is he a regular?
Yeah. He just said, she goes, is there anything I can get you? He's like, no, I just want this. Like, he just ordered exactly what he wanted, and they brought it to him. He didn't even, like, look at the menu. But I highly doubt he was of his own accord out there. He didn't strike me as the choose to be single kind of guy.
Aw, that sucks, man. Yeah,
it's kind of the same, not same, but kind of a similar thing when you go to an In-N-Out and you see a dad and 2 kids.
Oh, well, yeah.
In the middle of the afternoon.
You know what that is.
You know what that is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's true. We all know what that means. There was an exchange somewhere in the parking lot. He goes, hey, well, while we're here, you guys want to do it?
Do it.
And they're like, yeah, okay, so it's Thanksgiving this week.
Yes.
I know our Canadian friends will not be celebrating Thanksgiving, nor will our UK friends, but
Canadian, I think there is a Canadian Thanksgiving.
It's like
just
in
not
September.
The same day, yeah.
No, yeah, they have it way earlier in the year, like weirdos.
They also have Boxing Day.
What is that?
After Christmas. It's like the 26th, I think.
Is that when they recycle all the boxes from Christmas?
No idea. I don't remember. I should know that. As someone with Canadian blood, I should.
Yeah, you really should. Anyway, all right. Oh, you know what I'm doing right now?
You're dictating to your
phone.
I'm
dictating to my phone. How fun.
Exciting. Everyone's going to get a text message.
No technology. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this and I'm sick of you. All right. Well, you know what? And I always like to end our shows with a question.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Scroll back on all that 2 hours of stuff that you just dictated to yourself.
And don't forget that we made a bet with our friends over a couple weeks ago that whoever drinks the most champagne at Thanksgiving gets the magnum of choice.
Oh, are they like, is it like whoever drinks the most?
Yeah, remember?
So that we're going to have to take a picture of the amount of bottles that we drink?
Yes.
We're going to lose.
I know. But we could try.
We're going to lose. I mean, unless after we go nuts, after everybody leaves.
There is no way we're keeping up with those two. They drink way faster than even me.
Yeah.
And I don't drink. I just don't have the appetite for it like that. Anyway, I wonder if wine counts because I might be able to do the wine thing.
Yeah.
If I disappeared for 24 hours, where is the first place you'd look?
Your sister's house.
Oh, that's a good one. You're probably right there. Yeah, you wouldn't call the cops yet. Did you happen to see that skit, the SNL skit, where all these women were like, hey, I'm going to my sister's, or hey, I'm going to this retreat. I'll be back on Monday. There's food that, blah, blah, blah. The kids, da, da, da. And the husband's like, okay, yeah. All right. Bye, bye, bye. By Saturday evening, they call the police because they think their wives are missing.
Oh, because they didn't listen?
Because they weren't listening.
Oh.
And they're like, well, what does she look like? She's like, I don't know. Like, well, what was the last thing she said? She's like, he's like, I don't remember. Something about dinner.
Men don't pay attention.
Essentially. But it was really, really funny.
That is funny.
What do people wrongly assume about you?
Wrongly assume about me?
Yeah. If they looked at you, what would they assume incorrectly?
I don't know.
That I know what I know. They would never know in a million years that you can kill rats.
Oh, yeah.
They would never know it.
Yeah, no. I mean,
and lizards.
Maybe that actually. So that's related. I think they would never assume that I was outdoorsy at all. Like I don't look like a guy that has a big truck. I don't look like a guy that goes fishing all the time. I don't look like in that, especially in a work mode when I'm like in a suit or whatever. Not a suit, but a sport coat.
I know what you mean.
But like, I think probably that one would be that like, oh, you didn't strike me as a guy that would love to go fishing every day and has a big truck. So
you don't strike me as someone who would decapitate a rat.
Yeah. So it's related.
That's why I call you Charles.
It's related.
Your Pa Ingalls.
Charles.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.